Warriors Unite! Back with another episode of Vigor Warriors 2 in the 1% Club. Hope you guys are doing well today. Wanted to get another one out of the way. We didn't do one for a couple days, so I did one last night. Wanted to do one today. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are continuing conquest, controlling yourself first, and controlling everything else around you at that point in time. So, under God's purposes. So we'll do some shout outs, and we got an interesting topic from Mark Anthony, which I like, being a celebrity under SR. So we'll talk about that. But a few other ones that I want to kind of shout out to a little bit. Alvin, thank you, my friend. My Voice, Antonio, Rob, thank you. Chris Casteel, all I need is a Ric Flair woo. Whoa! So we're gonna get Ric Flair woo out of that deal. I always like Ric Flair, so he's a cool character. So, but yeah, that's nice. Thank you, Chris. Warmwood 713. Thank you, Sultan Iqbal. We're gonna talk about Sophism one day. Yes, I like that topic. Along with Brahmacharya, Sophism, celibacy. A lot of those things have similar overlapping. We'll cover that too. Harold Merewether, thank you. dirtymint, thank you. DJ3DD, thank you. It's EugeBeats, yes, EugeBeats, I think, and Zasphirous Network. Yes, sex can be funny. If you look at it a certain way, you can actually look at sex in different ways, and it may make it less attractive to you, less tempting to be able to kind of look at it that way. So it's good to detach from that. So that's a good suggestion. So thank you for that. Leo, John A, and Quirino Felipe, thank you, my friends, for that as well. So we'll continue with the shout outs, but thank you guys. At the 2-minute mark here, let's talk about being a celebrity. Mark Anthony had this comment. MaRoMoRaStar also had an interesting comment. So did Al McDaniel and MaRomorostar. So we'll talk about all of these a little bit. Yeah, so I think they're both the same, actually. MaRoMoRaStar. Thank you. So say you guys. So the idea here that we're talking about is the fact that you are on a different level and a different plane, because your energy level is so different than 99% of people that you're running into in the world. And so it's obvious. Now, this wasn't always the case. I think now with the onset of technology and internet, and how these images are so frequent, and that men are being brought up with no role models for the most part, not a lot of dads around. They're not having role models. They're looking for them on TV, and so a lot of those younger people struggle, and so it's easy to get caught up in releasing all the time, and therefore it just hurts the process more and more and more, and all of a sudden you become weaker and weaker and weaker. And so you don't have that strong male, which is why we're fighting this battle, because it's gone so far to the other side now that we're losing a lot of our young men when it comes to masculinity, and all these things are telling us how bad all that stuff is. And we know that's nonsense, but the trouble is, a lot of young people who have no role models and no dads or no influences believe that, and all of a sudden they actually think they're honored by the fact that they're being a simp or weak. And this is the kind of stuff that we have to kind of stop and get people to change their minds. I mean, no person is bad. It's just a matter of being influenced by some negative types of things. So when we talk about being a celebrity here, we're talking about a person who is understanding what their role is as a male in our society, a high value male. And so therefore your energy, just the fact you're keeping all your nutrients, puts you at a whole different level, and people react to it. We got, like I said, MaRoMoRaStar talking about animals, and he's right, of course. I mean, I see it all the time. I have a bunch of cats and dogs around, at home and at different places, and they will all gravitate to you. They'll want to be with you because of the energy. Now, I noticed a big difference after I started this streak of about 1,130 days or something like that. I've noticed a huge difference with the animals. It's almost like they're attracted to you and they're around you. And so the comments that you made were right on target as far as I'm concerned about animals being attracted by your energy. It's like that magnet approach, where if you have that energy within you and you're transmuting it and you're able to continue to get that energy throughout your whole body, you're going to attract things to you. And animals are one of those things. And then Al McDaniel makes a nice comment talking about the drive-through guy. And do you get reaction from that? And the answer is yes. You're getting a reaction from everybody. I had experiences yesterday again in a store where a woman, just her eyes brightened up and she was just so happy. And I had never even met this person, right? And the gentleman, respectful. The other males, respectful. They all of a sudden nod and they're respecting. Even the ones who think they're kind of the tough guys will respect you. Now, is there cases where people will be negative? Yes. There's cases where you're going to see that happen, right? You're going to see some people who have a different approach about males and females, and they're going to look at you. Some women will look at you in a bad way because they have a whole different approach. They want to be the male. And those type of women, we know through that whole that movement that they want to be males. And they're not going to react to you. But they have nowhere near the testosterone power, the retention power you have. Because you are a male. They have parts of that. They have part testosterone. But their estrogen, they're stronger as a female, feminine type of thing. And those females who want to be males, they never be males. I mean, they can be males with other females if they have those kind of relationships. But they're not going to be males when it comes to a real male. A real male will just kind of, there's no competition even. And you see this all the time on YouTube videos and things when women and men fight for whatever reason. I would never fight with women, but if a woman fight, I mean, you know, boxing or something like that, I mean, there's just no competition. Because the male has this superpower when it comes to these type of things, and protection is a reason why males have protection and providing type powers. And this is why females have those powers for them to do the roles that feminine women do. Nurturing and things like that. Men don't have that. So there's reasons why God puts you in certain positions. And I believe that's the case. So when we look at this kind of situation, it's important to recognize that when you look at males and females, we have certain roles. And so when it comes to being a celebrity, even the drive-through guy will notice you. He'll smile, he'll say something nice, you know, obviously not in any kind of, way where you may get offended by it. But the point being is that males and females react to your energy. And so you are a celebrity because you're one of the few people. Now, you have to handle that celebrity status in a certain way, not like a lot of our celebrities do nowadays with movies and things like that. You know, they're braggadocio, they're egotistical, things like that. That's not the way to handle it. You know, you have to recognize the people who like you, but you also have to recognize the superpower you have and use it for good, not use it for your own selfish types of reasons. And I think that's what the important part of this is. But you are like a celebrity. And I think when you look at this, you're going to get all kinds of levels of people attracted to you and opportunities. But once again, I go back to Spider-Man comment, that was Stan Lee's comment actually, that with great power comes great responsibility. And when you are that powerful type person, you have to recognize how you can influence people. But don't use it for evil, use it for good. Because when men and women, especially as you get older, you know, younger men, younger women will be influenced by you. But you have to make sure you use it in a very positive way. And I think this goes back to that self-control and being able to trust in the Lord and working with your God, your Creator, to be able to kind of get those purposes accomplished. But yes, animals, people, they will all be attracted and come to you like a flame is going to be because you have that energy. Now we talk about the fact that people want that energy. They see it, they understand it. Women can smell you a mile away because they see it. And as soon as they see you, they smile. And I've seen this happen. I saw this happen a few minutes ago. Out of the corner of the eye, as soon as the person looked at me, they smiled. Now, they could not continue eye contact. They just kind of walked. But the smile is all you need to indicate. Now, yes, it was a little bit different because the person was just so happy. It's almost like they were going to hug you. And so you have to kind of, you have to kind of gauge the situation. But certainly, as you look at this, you can see the difference people have in reacting to you. And this kind of proves to you that what we're talking about here actually works. A lot of people I see in text are not always totally sure that this is healthy for you and that kind of stuff. And so all I can tell you is from my experiences, which I have always done, is talking about the last 3 years of this. It's really been the 3 best years really of my life, because I have felt totally different, and it's important to do that. All right, my friends, well, it's time to go. I will let you guys go. Have a great day. Always remember 2 things. 1, every day is a new day to a great warrior. And number 2, guys, continue to battle